Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's class. Hello and welcome. I'm Irene Doherty, and welcome to today's practice. A few things that you might find useful for our practice today could be a chair of some sorts, even if it was a couch or an ottoman, stool, something like that. A blanket, this could be any blanket you have around the house. Some blocks, this is where you can probably get the most creative. I've seen toys being used, toilet paper being used, so some kind of hard surface that could give you a little lift from the ground. And then I have a strap here. Any kind of belt or tie will do. So we're going to come and find our seat now. I'm going to shift my chair out of the way. So if you are coming to sit on the chair, then just sit far enough to the edge where both of your feet can be flat on the floor together. If you are coming to sit down on the floor, maybe adding a lift of some blankets, some blocks, bolsters if you have them. And either crossing the shins, crossing anywhere at the ankles and the shins that feels comfortable for your knees and hips. And then reach around for the muscles of the glutes and move them out of the way, just to give the low back a little more space. So the theme of today's class really comes from a book that I'm currently reading right now, Glennon Doyle's Untamed. And there was something she said in the book that really struck me, and also I wanted to address this in our practice. So in her book, Untamed, Glennon Doyle says that is what happens when we avoid pain and consequently miss our becoming. That is what I can and must avoid, missing my own evolution because I am too afraid to surrender to the process. And that really struck me because of the surrendering to the process part and the fear that can come along with that. Polarity therapy and yoga are teachings and tools and resources that help us move through the process of life, because it gets challenging at times. It's very, very challenging here at times, but we have these resources that we can tap into, and that's really what the practice of yoga is designed to do, including the movement that we're going to do today. So to work with this concept of courageously moving into the process of our own lives, we're going to go into the digestive system. So we're going to go into the body. After all, this is the place where we process our food. So it is a reflection. It's a mirror of the way that our nervous system digests our life experiences. So come and settle into your seat once again. Shift around if you need to, make any adjustments that you need to. Offer yourself support. It doesn't matter whether we're sitting on the floor, in a chair. What we're looking to be able to access is this tall spine, is space between the vertebrae, space in the back of the skull, and space in all the bones of the face. And if it feels good to you to close the eyes down, then go ahead and do that. Maybe bringing an internal gaze up towards the third eye center. If it feels good to keep the eyes open, then gaze down the tip of the nose, looking through the eyelashes. Soften all the muscles of the face, the jaw, the shoulders, the arms, the hands, the legs, the seat, the feet. Become aware that you're sitting on the earth. Become aware of your physical body sitting on the earth. Become aware of the whole body. Whole body. Now turning your attention to the breath. Do nothing to change or direct the breath. Simply notice that you're breathing. Feel the breath as it rhythmically moves through the body from the inside out. In the space of the breath, become aware of any emotions that may be present. Allow your mind to identify, to label the emotions without traveling into the story surrounding it. And through your physical body, through the breath and emotions, feel the you that is energy. Become aware that you have a frequency. You have a vibration. Experience yourself as energy. Drawing your mind back into your physical body now. Becoming aware of our collective intention for this practice today. The intention to move through the process of our life. To trust that we have the tools and the resources needed to navigate any process of our life we come up against. Allow the movement, the flow. Allow the absorption and the release of process. Now holding in your heart center and mind's eye the sages and yogis of India who so carefully carried these teachings over thousands of years to then gift them to the world so that we can right now, we can be here right now. May the sacred South Asian practice guide us back to our roots, our ancestors, and help us to find our place of. Take a deep breath in through the nose, fill the lungs up as much as possible. And as you exhale, bring the palms together at heart center, Anjali Mudra. This is the hand position that helps to guide us back into our own center. One more inhale, lifting. Exhale, fold. Your foot, you can go ahead and grab it. The strap, hook that around the ball mound of the foot, and you can hold on to that. When you take your next inhale, lift and lengthen the front of the body. As we exhale, let the belly soften to the thigh. Deep breath in, fill up the belly, the rib cage, shoulder blades. Exhale from the shoulders, the rib cage, down to the belly. Pull that navel center in at the bottom of each exhale. Inhale, filling the lungs up from bottom to top. Exhale, empty the lungs from the top to bottom. A few more deep breaths here. Continue to engage through that right leg. Engage through that left foot. Rock it a little bit. Rock those foot bones on the floor. Feel your foot connected. One more. Big breath in. Let the shoulders soften. And exhale, folding to your edge. Draw that navel center to the spine. And from that strong belly, start to lift the torso up. We'll extend that left leg out. Go ahead and bounce down. Rock them a little bit from side to side. Then we'll scoop underneath our right knee. So finding our half squat on this side. At least the palms distance, maybe a little bit more, maybe wider. Find the placement of the foot that works best for your body in this moment. And then activate that right leg. Get nice and strong. Lean back on that left arm. And as we inhale, lift up. Not just from the arm, but all the way from down in the hips. So the whole right side of the torso is lifting. As we exhale, fold and reach towards that foot. Again, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, fold and reach. Pull the belly tight to the spine at the bottom of each exhale. One more. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, folding. All right, so this side, let it be what it is on this. Either grabbing the foot with the hands or go ahead and use that strap. With your next inhale, lift up tall through the spine. We can keep this left hand back behind us. You can bring it forward for a little more challenging option. So big inhale, lift tall through the spine, and then let the belly fold towards the thighs. Big inhale, fill up the belly, the rib cage, the shoulders. Exhale, shoulders, rib cage, belly. Inhale, fill the lungs up from the bottom to the top. Exhale, empty the lungs from the top to the bottom. Hugging navel center in. Continue to activate and extend through that left leg. And again, rock that right foot on the earth. Feel it connected, gently pressing down. Add one more full breath here, filling up. Exhale, empty completely, folding to your edge. And then active belly, slowly lift the torso up. We'll extend that right leg. And once again, bounce the legs up and rock them from side to side. All right, we're going to shift ourselves over into a child's pose now. So we'll swing our legs around. Depending upon your flooring, you might like to have some cushioning underneath you. Another really nice option for some cushioning is a blanket or pillow, some towel too, behind the knees. And this could give the knees and the hips the extra space and support they need. Right, so coming into that tabletop position first, open a little wider than the hips or a lot wider than the hips, depending upon what your hips are feeling like. And then bring the big toes to touch behind us. Inhale to lengthen through the front body. And then as we exhale, send the hips back towards the heels. Keep the front body still lifted. Another inhale, finding even more space. And then as we exhale, walk the hands out, extended child's pose. Let the forehead come to rest on either the floor or a prop. Palms are connected to the earth, but elbows are lifted. Little bend in the elbows, but they're lifted from the floor. Take a deep breath in, fill up your belly, rib cage, shoulders. Exhale, shoulders, rib cage, belly. And one more deep breath here. And exhale. We're going to lift the belly up towards the spine and let that lift us out of our child's pose. Set the wrists up underneath the shoulders. Set the knees up underneath the hips. So we're in a tabletop position. Keep the feet flat on the floor. As we inhale, we're going to lift the tailbone, reach the heart forward as the shoulder blades engage towards the hips. Pose. As we exhale, curl through cat and reach the hips back. So it's a short child's pose, not going down all the way. Root down through the shins as we inhale, lift back to tabletop into cow pose. Shoulders hug to hips. Exhale, flex through the spine as we reach the hips back towards the heels. Good, one more just like this. Inhale, lifting up. Open through the front of the heart. Exhale, curl back. A short child's pose. And inhale, come back to center. And I'm just going to turn myself around on the mat. Now we're going to come into some knee pumps. So again, we're in our tabletop, knees under the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers, not too much, not too little. And we're going to extend the left leg behind us. Extend the left leg behind us. Yeah, right toes might be tucked, might feel a little more stable for that right knee. We're going to lift the heart, lift the back of the leg as much as we can. And as we exhale, curl the knee in towards the nose. Push the floor away through the arms as we come in. Inhale, extending. Lift the heart. Exhale, knee to nose. Lengthen through the arms. Curl belly up. Inhale, extending. Exhale, curling in. And if you want to take this up a notch, inhale, then the right arm will extend as well. And as we exhale, curl in, knee to nose, elbow to knee. Inhale, extending. Last one. Exhale, curling in. Inhale, extend those limbs out. Maybe it's just the leg. Maybe it's both. And then we're going to take those limbs to the side. Keep them hovering off the earth for a moment. And then let that left foot land on the floor. We're going to lift ourselves up for gate pose. So you might want to put a little padding underneath this knee. Let those left toes point forward out to the side or somewhere in between. And then find the crease of the hip, so where the leg bone meets the hip bone. We're going to take the webbing of the thumb and pointer finger on that left hand and bring it into that crease. And then push in towards the center of the body and then down. So we level out the pelvis. And this might, you might feel deepens the stretch, deepens the sensation through that left leg. With that left hand still on the hip, inhale, right arm up. Exhale, reach over. Side body stretch. Turn the head and gaze towards the floor. Maybe turn the head and gaze to the horizon. Maybe turn the head up towards the sky. Take a big breath in, fill up belly, rib cage, shoulders. Exhale, shoulder, rib cage, belly. Good, one more full breath. Root both feet into the floor. At the bottom of this exhale, hold the belly in. Keep the navel engaged as we inhale back up to center. We're going to release the hands down to the floor. So we're back in the tabletop position and we're going to twist here. So grounding down through that left hand, we're going to inhale, right arm up. Now we can always cactus the arm, draw the elbow back. That might help to bring the shoulder out of the neck space. And you can always continue to gaze down towards the floor. The twist we're looking for is in the lower and mid rib cage. Big inhale, filling up. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Good. One more inhale. And as we exhale, release down. We're going to bring that left leg back in and exhale ourselves into a child's pose. Keep the arms extending forward, elbows lifted from the floor, forehead rests. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. With our next inhale, come back up to tabletop, preparing for the other side. So tucking those toes under again, re-engage through the palms and the fingers. This time we'll extend our right leg behind us, lifting up tall. As we exhale, curl knee to nose, lengthen through the arms, pulling the belly up. Inhale, extend, heart reaches forward. Exhale, curling in. Good. Inhale, extending, get long through the leg. And exhale, get strong through the arms. And keep going, a few more, maybe adding that left arm. So the elbow curls in as well. Inhale, extending. Exhale, curling in. Good, one more. Now with this next inhale, extend those limbs out. And then we're going to take those limbs out to the side, hovering them over the earth for a moment, and then landing that right foot. We'll walk the hands up, preparing for our gate pose again. So these right toes can be pointed forward, out to the side, somewhere in between. The sensations you pick up in your body are gonna let you know which is the best angle today. So the webbing of the thumb and pointer finger, finding the crease of the hip, pressing in towards the center and down towards the earth, leveling out those two pelvic bones from side to side. Keeping that right hand there, inhale, left arm sweeps up, exhale, reach over, side body stretch. So continue to spiral the rib cage open towards the left. Find the right place for your gaze, down to the floor, out to the horizon, or up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in, fill up the belly, the rib cage, the shoulder. Exhale, shoulder, rib cage, belly. And one more full round of breath. And at the bottom of this exhale, continue to hug the navel center in. Inhale, back up to center. We'll bring the hands down to the floor, coming into that tabletop position. So wrists under the shoulders, preparing for our twist. You can walk that right hand in a little closer to center. That might be helpful for balance. Inhale, twist open to the left, either extending the arm out, but it's so easy to roll in the shoulder when we twist, so we might cactus the arm to give the shoulder and neck some more space. Inhale, fill the lungs up. Exhale, twist a little deeper. One more, full breath. Press and engage through both feet. Big inhale. And our next exhale releases us out. We'll bring that right leg in, and once again, back into extended child's pose. Hips to the heels, reach the arms out. Take a big breath in, filling up. Exhale, empty completely. Good, one more big breath in. And exhale, 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 exhale. Keep going, keep going. When you think you're empty, exhale more. And let a big inhale flood your body. Open the mouth to release. We're gonna pick our heads up now. If you had a prop underneath the forehead, do move that off to the side. Lift the head, look towards the front of your mat. Let the elbows connect down to the earth, and we're gonna stay as low as possible. We're coming onto our bellies for cobra. Now there's gonna be a point where you're gonna wanna move your feet back or your hands forward. See if instead you can pick the elbows up so we land right in place. And if it didn't work out so gracefully, then just shift yourself around, spread the toes, root them into the floor, forehead to the earth, squeeze the shoulder blades back together, and then draw them towards the feet. With a big inhale, lengthen the rib cage out of the spine. As we exhale, we'll lift up for cobra. Big inhale here. Exhale, soften the back bend. Pull back with the belly and hips, push through palms. We're back in extended child's pose. Good, we're gonna flow with this now. Look between the hands. Lower the elbows down and start to slide forward. The second you wanna move your limbs, let the elbows lift. We're in cobra, chin to chest. Take another big inhale here, lifting. Exhale, soften the back bend, back into child's pose. Go, we'll do one more of those. Moving at your own pace, elbows to the earth. Stay low, slide forward. Keep scooping the belly in strong. Cobra, big inhale here. Exhale, soften the back bend, back into child's pose. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth and let it go. We'll lift up out of child's pose. Tuck the toes underneath, again with the strength of the belly. Lift the hips up into downward facing dog and shorten your downward facing dog. So stepping the feet closer to the hands than you normally would for a downward facing dog. And then bend the knees and let that low back lengthen. Engage through the armpits, engage through the fingertips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, empty the lungs. Add one more full breath here. And then bend the knees real deeply. Look between the hands and step or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift with the torso, long spine, shoulders hug to the hips. Exhale, bring the hands to the calf muscles as we fold, Uttanasana. Let the head and the neck go, but not the shoulders. So roll the shoulders back, still engaging towards the hips. Take a big breath in and exhale. Exhale, 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 exhale. When you think you're empty, exhale more. Inhale, Ardha, half lift. Exhale, fold again. Little bend in the knees, root through those heels. Inhale, come all the way up, lifting tall through the whole body. Exhale, cactus the arms. Hold the arms here, take a big inhale. Exhale, release the arms by the sides. Gaze down the tip of the nose. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, palms through the center of the body as we fold. Release the head, but not those shoulders. Inhale, Ardha, half lift. Exhale, fold again. Rooting through the heels, come all the way up. A long inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Gaze down the nose. Take a deep cleansing breath. Release the hands back by the sides. We're going to come into our balance pose now, dancer. So a wall could be very helpful. The chair could also be very helpful for balancing. We're going to start really simple. I'm going to show you from the side. First thing we want to do is find our feet footing. So kind of like just a little march in place and let the feet fall in their natural stance. And just kind of sway from side to side on the feet, getting the sense of the weight of the body shifting. And then we're going to shift into the right leg, but keep lifting through the leg. We're going to take that the left toes and just bring them behind you for a moment. So the first part that we're going to work on is bringing that left heel towards the buttocks. So take a big inhale and lift that left arm and wind it up and around. Lift the left foot and grab for the foot. And then be sure to turn the chest forward again, because we don't want to bring the spine into a twist. Now, maybe this is good. Maybe the right hand can come around and join. Maybe you're using a strap to hold the foot. Draw the heel towards the buttocks, but then tuck the pelvis So it's almost like a little cat pelvis, right? You can feel how you can tilt the pelvis back and forth just a teeny tiny bit. Tuck that pelvis in, bringing this all the way up into the hip flexor, up into the abdomen. Let the elbows roll back. Let the heart lift forward. Tuck the side of that right hip in nice and strong. This might be where you stay. You might start to extend the leg back. You might extend that right arm and start to hinge. Full breath in, fill up the belly, the rib cage, the collarbones. Exhale, collarbones, rib cage, belly. One more big inhale, lift the foot, the heart as much as you can. And as you exhale, bring it back into center, lining the knees up again. Place your right hand on your belly. Keep the belly engaged as you gently release the left foot down. Now, sway the hips a little bit. Circle. Shake out the leg. And we'll prepare for the other side. So if we're using a wall or a chair, maybe turning ourselves so we can, even sometimes just standing near the wall is enough. Doesn't mean we have to use it, but just having it there could really help us. Once again, march the feet in place again. Let the feet fall into their natural stance and again, sway from side to side. And it might feel a little different now after that right leg has worked so hard to hold us up and after that left leg got such a deep stretch. Then we're going to sway just a little bit more into the left leg instead of the right. And then just bring those right toes behind you. And already you can feel how much this outer hip needs to work. So keep tucking this hip in. We're going to take a big inhale with that right arm. Lift the arm up, wind it around, lift the right foot, and reach for the foot. So you may be good here with one arm. The left arm might come around and hold the foot as well. And you might have a strap in your hands hooked around the foot. Turn the torso back to center, no twisting in the spine. Let the front of the shoulders roll back. The knee points to the earth. Draw the heel in towards the buttocks and then play around with that little bit of tilting in the pelvis. Little bit of tilting. Very small micro movements. And then tuck the pelvis so the pubic bone and the belly button hug together. Bringing that stretch deeper up into the abdomen. Keep breathing here. This might be a good place for you to stay. You might start to extend the leg back. You might extend that left arm forward and hinge at the hips. Fill up the belly, the rib cage, and the shoulders. Empty the shoulders, the rib cage, and the belly. One more big inhale. Lift the foot, lift the heart. And as we exhale, slowly come back to center. Line the knees up and bring that left hand onto your belly. Hug the navel center in as you gently release the leg down. And then again, sway a little bit through the hips, circle a little bit, shake out the legs. Coming back to walk in place, finding your natural footing. Take a deep breath in, sweep both arms up, lift the heart, the gaze. Exhale, cactus those arms open. Another big inhale with the arms here, filling up. Exhale, release the arms by the sides. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth and let it go. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Lift heart, lift gaze. Exhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Hands come to heart center. And just like we're about sitting back into a chair, feet can be apart, knees can be apart. Keep at least a thumb's distance. If you bring your big toes together, keep at least a thumb's distance between your knees, engaging through the outer legs. Sit back into the heels and extend the arms forward, straight out at shoulder height. Take a deep breath in, lift through the chest. As we exhale, sweep the left arm back, bring the right hand or the elbow to touch opposite thigh. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, sweep right arm back. Left hand or elbow to touch opposite thigh. 2 more. Inhale, lifting to center. Exhale, twisting. Big inhale to center. Exhale, twisting. Good. 1 more each side. Take a little peek at your knees. Hold the knees steady in line with each other. Big inhale, last twist to the right. Inhale, stand up tall, root through the heels to lift. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana. Take a deep breath in. Ardha, half lift. Exhale, fold again. Take a deep breath in, fill the lungs up. And exhale, 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 exhale. When you think you're empty, exhale more. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, take a seat. Let the knees open up to the side, Baddha Konasana. For low back, put a little lift underneath your hips, a pillow, a blanket. Hold on to the feet or the shins, the ankles, whatever's comfortable in this moment. Let the arms be nice and long. Lift up tall through the spine. Gaze down the tip of the nose. Come back into our full yogic breath. That full yogic breath is the breath that is waving from belly up to the shoulders. And the exhale is waving down from the shoulders to the belly. Inhale, fill up from the bottom to the top. Exhale from the top to the bottom. So we'll take 3 more deep breaths here. Engage your hamstrings and your calf muscles about 5% of your effort. Last full breath. Another big inhale, finding just a little more space in the joints. And as we exhale, soften the posture. We're going to extend the left leg and bring the right knee up. So we're back into this half squat that we started our practice with. Engage the left leg, spread the toes. Find the good place for this foot to be where you can ground the whole foot. Back on that left arm, big inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, start to fold, reach. Now, we're going to take this into a little bit of a twist. So working the bind step by step. We're going to keep the left arm where it is, extend the right arm out so it's in front of the shin. This might be it. Inhale, lift the front of the body. Exhale, start to twist the torso left and feel the back of that shoulder blade, the back of the arm connecting with that leg. Let them support each other, come together. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, twisting. Maybe that right arm turns down and we can wrap the arm around. We can come into the full bind with the left arm. You can use a strap for this full bind as well. Keep extending through that left leg. 1 more, big breath in. Exhale, twisting. We're going to release the twist first. So release the bind if you have it. Bring that right arm forward so it's in line with the leg. And then pull that navel center back to the spine. Inhale to lift up. And we'll extend that leg, bounce and rock them. Then we'll scoop under the left leg, coming in for the other side. So at least the palm's distance may be wider. Extend and activate through this right leg. Leaning back on that right arm. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold and reach. Again, inhale, lengthen the front of the spine. And then we're going to take this left arm and start to slide it out to the side. So the arm is in front of that left leg. And feel the two parts of the body coming together. The knee, the thigh, with the shoulder blade and arm. And let them inhale, lift up. Exhale, a tiny little twist to the right. Breathing. Spread all 10 toes. If you're taking the bind a little deeper, then turn that left arm down, wrap it behind you. Lift up through the spine as you bring the right arm into the bind as well, either gripping fingers or using a strap for this. But don't take that bind if we lose the action and the grounding. Breathe wherever you are. One more. Inhale for space. Exhale, a tiny twist. We're going to come out of the twist first. So release the bind if you have it. Start to bring that left arm and the chest back forward in line with the extended leg. And pull the belly button into the spine and let that lift you up. Release the leg, bounce the leg, rock them from side to side. We're going to come to lie down on our backs now. Before you lie down on your back, it's good to kind of know where your props are. So you're going to want to have either your blocks or a pillow, a bolster, or a folded blanket so you can get a bit of height on that. With the feet on the floor, extend the arms forward. Step 1. Step 2 would be to have the legs extended out. Step 3 would be to come into boat pose. Lift up through the torso, and then slowly start to roll yourself down. No tension in the shoulders. Roll the shoulders, roll the jaw, nice and relaxed until you're lying flat. Extend the legs. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth and let it go. So just make sure that you don't have any ponytails or clips in the way. And we're going to come into banana pose, a yin pose, opening up the side of our digestive system, starting to cool ourselves down. So from here, we're going to slide our left foot over to the left edge of the mat, and then take the right leg and cross it over. Cross it over. Now be mindful that this right hip doesn't roll up, so you might have to scoot the hips a bit. And then inch by inch, move the upper body, the shoulders, over to the left side of the mat as well. Again, not having the right shoulder lift off the floor. That's just coming into this deep crescent moon shape. Depending upon your shoulders, this might be good. And you can keep the right hand at the upper chest, the left hand on the belly. You might start to cactus that right arm, slowly walk it up. Maybe the left arm comes, and you can always use some blankets and pillows to support underneath that right elbow, if that would feel supportive. Banana pose. Become aware of the sensations that you feel. And just notice how you react to them. The mind can be so quick to jump in. And one of my favorite aspects of a yin practice is it gives us the time and space to respond to the posture with our breath instead of the mind. So use your breath to communicate with your body as you soften. You can bring the mind into the mantra, so hum. So hum translates to I am. You can also chant I am. With each breath, so hum. And we'll take our final 3 breaths here. Deep breaths now. Big breath in. Fill up as much as you can. And then empty. And our final breath will be a cleansing one. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And then gently engage the belly. Release the right foot and bring yourself back to the center of your mat and rest here. Take a little mini shavasana for just a moment. And let this all settle in. We kick the fire up. And now we're starting to cool it down. And now for the other side, bring the right foot, the right heel off to the right edge of the mat. Cross the left ankle on top of that. Start to scoot the shoulders over to the right, inch by inch. And again, being mindful not to roll up off of that left shoulder and hips. So make all little tiny micro adjustments to get that as flat as possible. Taking this big crescent moon shape in our body. Now that left arm might just be good right here. Left hand on the upper chest, right hand on the belly. We might start to extend that left arm out. It might start to move up. It might cactus. It might eventually come around the head. And the right arm might join it. It can also feel really good on that left shoulder if you put some support underneath it, underneath the elbow. Banana pose. Noticing all the different sensations that show up on this side. Not to compare it to the other side, just to notice what's happening now in this moment. And again, the mind can be so fast to giving an explanation or defending or telling some kind of story about what you feel. And in these yin postures, we simply practice responding with our breath. Imagine if we responded to the process of life with breath more often than fear, than rejection, than any of the other endless ways we can react to any given situation. But if we just breathe with the process, then the process will take care of itself. Coming into the mantra, so hum, I am, with each breath. And we'll take our final 3 breaths here. Deepen these breaths, strengthen them. And let that last breath be a cleansing one. In through the nose, out through the mouth. From the navel center, from a steady navel center, begin to unwind the pose. Come back to the center of your mat. And again, lie for just a moment in Shavasana. Feel yourself as your physical body and feel yourself as vibration, as energy, both present at the same time. And then hugging that navel center in the spine, draw the feet up onto the floor one at a time. We're going to come into a supported bridge before we come to our full Shavasana. So blanket, block, bolster, pillow, towel, whatever you have. Lift the hips up. Slide that prop underneath the pelvis, underneath the sacrum, that triangle bone that's in between the muscles of the glutes. And then tuck the shoulders one by one under each other. Roll the arms to support each other. And then tuck the chin a little bit. Pick the head up, tuck the chin into the throat, and place the head back down, getting a little more length. You might even like a little something on the head if the back of the neck is tight. Come back to full yogic breathing. As you inhale, let the belly rise. Let the rib cage rise. Let the shoulders rise. And then exhale, empty from the top to the bottom. Inhale, filling up. Exhale, emptying. And one more full yogic breath. And then a cleansing breath. In through the nose. Hold the breath for a moment. Open the mouth to exhale. Let the whole body rest. With as little movement as possible, we're going to shift into Shavasana, corpse pose. So making as little movements as possible, lifting the pelvis, sliding our prop out, roll the lower back and hips down, and one by one, gently extend the legs out to the side. If there's any other prop movements or adjustments you'll be making before settling into Shavasana, that is fine. Just make as little movements as possible to accomplish all of that. Let go. Let go in your Shavasana. Now you choose not to. I can move my body, but I choose not to move my body. Allow yourself to sink deeper and deeper into stillness. Sink deep into the earth. Sink deep into the atmosphere. Sink deeper and deeper into stillness. Becoming aware of your physical body. Feel your body lying on the floor. Become aware of the breath. Begin to deepen it. And slowly starting to wiggle the fingers and gently drawing the palms over your belly center. Feel your breath in your belly. Feel the breath waking up the process of life within you. Take a moment to honor our collective intention of practice today, trusting that we have the tools and resources to take on the processes of our life, to move forward into life so that we may become everything that we're meant to become. Begin to breathe a little deeper. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes, gently bringing some soft movements into the whole body, rolling through every joint. And this movement and stretching will eventually lead us over into the fetal position. Come to rest on either side, using either your bottom arm or a prop as a pillow. Hugging the knees towards the chest, rest here for a gentle cleansing breath. And rolling a little bit more towards the floor, press whichever hand is the top one into the floor and slowly peel yourself up. The head is the last part to lift. With as little movement as possible, reestablish your seat either on props on the ground or in a chair. And we'll bring our palms together at heart center, Anjali Mudra, lifting our hearts to meet the thumbs, connecting our palms, connecting us back into our own center, the place where all that trust we need resides. Lifting the heart to meet the thumbs, we'll seal in our practice today with our mantra, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. The Shanti, the vibration of peace. And we'll sing this 3 times today. Feel free to sing, feel free to listen. The first Shanti going inward to ourselves, peace to ourselves. And the next Shanti going out to all of our loved ones, our family and friends, the people we hold dear to us. And the third Shanti going out to everyone, every being and creature. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. Inhale to chant. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Shanti. 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 Lifting our hearts, bowing the head. Feel the vibration between your palms as the right palm meets the left and the left palm meets the right. Now, sending love and gratitude to yourself, thanking yourself for showing up for practice today, for showing up to the process of your life, and sending our love and gratitude out to all those practicing in this moment, in this very moment with us. Sending love and gratitude out to the sages and yogis, to all the teachers who ever were, who are, and ever will be carrying this practice forward. And for you, take everything from this class that serves you. Leave behind anything that does not. And may the work we started today continue on for your highest good and healing. Thank you. No, thank you for joining me today in this practice of process and digestive fire. If you ever have any questions about what we do in these classes, or you would ever like some individualized instructions, please reach out to me. I'm very, very happy and honored to serve in any way I can. Also, donations are greatly appreciated for these practices. So if this practice spoke to you in some way, please consider offering a donation. A portion of all the donations, a portion of the proceeds from all the donations I receive from this channel will be going back out to Guided by Humanity, a Colorado nonprofit who works to bring yoga to everyone, absolutely everyone, regardless of any circumstance. You can find out all that information at my website, irenedoherty.com. All the information will be in the class description. Please subscribe, like, and share this practice with everyone you know who could use it. Have a beautiful day.